Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? It's Rosemary Nonny Night here. How are you doing? It's lovely to speak with you this evening just before I go to bed. Okay, so two things that you absolutely must have if you're going to succeed as an entrepreneur, and one thing that kind of guarantees that you probably will fail. Let's talk about it. So two things. Number one thing that I kind of know that you must have is this. You must have I wonder which one comes first. It's trust and consistency. Those two things are the things that I want to talk about here. Because they kind of they play out hand in hand. Trust and consistency. Because you need to be consistent, because one of the big things that people have that causes people's problems when it comes to building a business is the fact that they're not consistent at all in the action that they take. They think they're working hard and they're very busy working hard, but the problem is that they're not doing the work that they must do consistently. So today they do, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to do everything. And then tomorrow it's like, oh, hey, Adam. And then tomorrow it's like, oh, I'm a bit tired. I can't be bothered to do it today. I'll just take a day off. And then they come back tomorrow all full of, I'm going to do it all. And then I can't be bothered. And then one day becomes 2 days where they just can't be bothered. And then they do a little bit on the third day. And then they wonder why they're not getting any results. It's because there is no consistency in what you're doing. Sometimes, you know what, I'm all about, building a business that you absolutely adore, doing only things that you actually want to be doing in that business, because you're going to have to work hard making that business work anyway. So you may as well work hard doing stuff you like to do, but you have to have an element of consistency and discipline in there. So maybe three things you need. So you need to be very consistent where you're showing up every freaking day and actually doing the work on a very consistent basis. Whatever you feel like, no matter what the circumstances of your life, any of that crazy stuff that is going on, you just need to show up every single day and do it. And the only way you can show consistency on a long-term basis, guys, long-term basis, this is I'm just going to try this for a little bit and then I'm going to quit for a while. No. This is on a long-term basis. And the only way you can show that consistency is because you trust that the work that you're doing is actually going to give you results. If you do not trust, then you will not be able to stay consistent doing the work, because you'll keep questioning yourself, is this working? Am I doing what I need to do? Is it actually ever going to work? Blah, blah, blah. Because the truth is, business always takes a lot longer than people imagine it's going to take. They think, I'm going to be consistent for about a week and then everything is going to work. And it doesn't work that way. You have to stay consistent for the 90 days, for the 6 months, for 12 months, for 2 years. You'll be doing the same stuff, and you must maintain momentum for that period of time, because it's like pushing stuff up a hill. You're going uphill. It feels tough. It feels hard. And then you get to the top, and then suddenly you reach tipping point and it's suddenly easy. But if you have not been consistent, you will never get to that tipping point. You'll keep getting to plateaus and staying there and going down a bit and going down a bit. And then it's almost like you're ramping up again, because you're not being consistent and you're not trusting the process. You're not trusting that the work you are putting in will absolutely give you results, because it will. You just have to stay on course. Now, the one thing that will absolutely guarantee that you fail is a plan B. I know it's the sensible thing to do, to keep in the back of your mind that, I'll give this a try for a while. And if it doesn't quite work after about, a year or something, then I'll just go back to doing blah, blah, blah. I'll just go and do that second thing over there that, it's not the greatest thing, but it will do. And that will, because it's almost like at the back of your mind, you're thinking, I don't actually have to try that hard, because ultimately I can go back to my comfy place. Ultimately. And you know what? For a long time, that was me. I was a pharmacist. So it's like, that's quite comfortable. It's quite comfortable. I could stay there. I could make money. I could do whatever. But ultimately, I will not live the life that I was created to live. That's it. But it was a great plan B. Great plan B. Because if all else failed, I can always go back to work. And I kept having that at the back of my mind. I can always go back to being a pharmacist. I can go back to being a pharmacist. Not that I wanted to, but I felt it was a safety net for me. So plan B. But then because you have a plan B, you do not do as much work. You do not stay consistent. You do not trust the process, because if you're trusting the process, you wouldn't have a plan B. You know that if you're trusting the process, you are in this until exactly until you are in this until you succeed. That's it. You are in this until you succeed. If you have to have that trust that you will stay with it till you succeed. But if you have that plan B, it takes away your attention from the trust, from the consistency, from the momentum you need to get into. I'm not saying quit everything and jump right now, but I am saying do not say to yourself, oh, well, I'll just go back to work if things don't work out. Don't say that to yourself. You're setting yourself up for a fall. It's like if you start this business, if you start to create a life, a business that you actually want, you stay there till it works. That's it. You stay there till it works. It's like you just throw everything in there because that is the energy you need in order to get this thing working. It's like I see people in property. That's when I was doing property, and I still do property anyway. But it's like a lot of people dropped out because I started with a lot of people. A lot of people dropped out of the race because they didn't have that trust. And you know what? Life was comfy. Just like for me, they were mostly professionals trying to do something different. You know, you dream about financial freedom, all of that kind of craziness. And I see that with some prospective clients who don't actually take the leap because inside of their head, they're thinking, oh, well, I'll just go back to work and work is comfy and yes, well, have your comfy work, but then you will not have the life, the business that you want. Okay? So 2 things you absolutely need. You absolutely must trust the process. You must trust that if you keep doing the work, you will get there. And in fact, you're not going anywhere. So ultimately it has to work. That's all there is to it. Okay? And the second thing is consistency. Yes, you are not going anywhere. So you're going to be consistently showing up every freaking day, doing whatever you need to do to make that business work. And you know what? Ditch the plan B. There is no plan B. You are going to make this work. That's all there is to it. Okay? Okay. So if any of this is actually resonating with you and you want a 4-week bootcamp intensive thing, me and you really just kind of hashing stuff out and not messing around, no messing around. It's just 4 weeks. We really get everything in place. We deal with all your crazy, I don't know what is going on and that is not allowing you to take the action you want to take. If you would like to find out more about that, then come over to my Facebook page and private message me. So on Facebook, private message me. I'm Rosemary and Knight, or Rosemary Nonny Knight is my Facebook page. Come and private message me. I am doing something called the DM Platinum Massive Action Intensive. Just 4 weeks long. You and I really dealing with stuff. Okay? So if that's of interest to you, pop over to Facebook, send me through a private message, and I'll tell you about it. It's DM Platinum, 1-on-1, 4 weeks. Woohoo! Okay then, on that note, I think I will end for the night, potentially take myself to bed. Just been to see a pantomime with the children and all of that kind of stuff, and it's time for a break. Okay, consistency, trust, ditch the plan B. Okay then, bye!